We're here at the 70th Grand National Roadster Show in Pomona, California. And I'm Brian Brennan with Street Rodder Magazine. And we're at the AMBR judging, which is the first day, which is Wednesday, and it takes place before the cars are all set up. The AMBR Award stands for America's Most Beautiful Roadster. So it's going to be a 1936 or earlier Roadster. And unlike other shows, let's say like the Detroit Autorama, it can be any year, make, model of car. Here, like I said, it has to be a Roadster, has to be 1936 or earlier. So that's what makes this award special. But what really makes it special is this is the oldest car show award in the country. This goes back 70 years, so back to 1948 when it was first handed out. So it's kind of a big deal. You know, you have to have a special car to win this, and this has a special place in hot rodders' minds. What we have is a little black 1932 Ford Highboy. It's flathead powered, and what is a little different about this car than most, let's say, show cars, this one has over 19,000 miles on it. It's been driven everywhere. It's competed in hill climbs. It's a driver. It's a hot rod. It's really what a Roadster should be, and he's done just a beautiful job on it. Right away we can see in the back it's got the traditional 32 tank, and we've got 39 Ford taillights on it. What we like are tall, skinny tires, or Firestones, and it's got Mercury hubs on it, Mercury hubcaps. In the interior, let me take a look at these interior gauges. These are really nice. Large face Stewart Warner gauges that are just absolutely beautiful. We got a banjo wheel on it, but we've got a drilled I-beam axle, which that's kind of fun. The flathead's got Navarro heads on it, as well as intake, and it's got a pair of Stromberg 97 carburetors on it, and it's got a set of Fenton headers. In fact, Daryl Hollenbeck, Hollenbeck's Paints out here on the West Coast up in the Bay Area, did the paint work on the car, which is, as you'd expect, is flawless. Good looking car. Nice traditional highboy. Just all around, just a good looking highboy, and what a 32 hot rod should look like. Sounds good. That little highboy sounds fantastic. Now that's the way a flathead should sound. Modified Brookville panels. The hood and front end's aluminum, and the underpans are aluminum. And tell me about the gauges and the gauge panel. The gauge panel is jacking. It's a real race car panel. They want the gauges a little closer to them, and I think it's wild. It's just interesting, and
here again, its roots come from racing, so this thing is heavily influenced by Jackie's racing experience and race car. So normally the driver would be straddling that transmission with feet on each side. Well, with a two-seater, you can see the packaging challenge. But the exhaust runs under that, right through a trough, right out through the back. And that was a real challenge to make the clutch linkage and the exhaust get together in there.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget to tell them about my back bumper.
Oh,
Your back bumper?
Yeah, the back bumper is something that they
36 Ford front axle.
His history with racing is he selected to a bumper like the old days, and that's a cut down front axle. It's
Something I would have seen in a sprint car or something.
That's right, and it's got a bladder for a fuel cell, and you can see the torsion bars. It has torsion bars front and rear.
Where when you can drive it?
Huh?
I want to be around when you're driving.
I want to drive it too.
Well,
This is the first time I've ever driven it.
You're lucky you
drove up here.
catch it in the turn coming in there.
This 36 Ford is unfreaking believable. It was built by Eric Pratt out of Pinky's in Colorado. It's owned by George Poteet. And the color, I get a kick out of it, they call it chocolate milk. That's the color. It's a 36 Ford Roadster, which, nice enough, is about the last year that Ford made Roadsters, so that's where the cutoff is for the AMBR award, is 1936. Although some guys will tell you Ford made a few 1937 Roadsters, and they did, but the car is just one-of-a-kind workmanship. You know, everything is handmade. I mean, there isn't any metal that you're going to find on that car that hasn't been massaged. The wheelbase has been stretched 3 inches, so it's now up to 115 inches. The cockpit's been stretched 3 inches. You know, the doors are hand fabricated. It's got a 2.5-inch top chop at the windshield, but then the top itself has been lowered about 3 inches.
Since we moved the cab back, these 35s and 6s are kind of cab forward cars to begin with, so we wanted to move everything back just a little bit to get the proportions a little bit stronger towards the rear of the car, because they're always a little bit front. They always look like they're kind of hunched over, tipped up on a curb. Suspension-wise, all the chassis is completely handmade, didn't use any of the stock original frame. It's running a 351 Windsor with 8-stack injection. It's a 5-speed car, so it'll be fun to drive.
Will the car be shown with the top on or off?
On. Yeah,
okay.
it was definitely designed around the top being up. Okay. It does fold down.
I let him have his bit though. I didn't pull back on the reins the whole
Yeah, like maybe you should have. No, it's beautiful. Nice job. Yeah, tune in Sunday night and find out who actually wins all of this, because it's going to be interesting. And just talking with the judges, it's obvious there's a split vote right now, so it's going to be fun to see who can talk who into what.
Your 2019 America's Most Beautiful Roadster Award goes to the fastest guy we've ever had up here, Mr. George Poteet.